Record. Hello everyone. Welcome to Arnaidu IT training. My name is Shravya. Today we are going to discuss about function, passed by value and reference, class, object and method. So let's see what is function. Functions are the reusable pieces of code which help us to organize structure of the code. What we mean by reusable piece of code? We create a function so that we can run a set of statements multiple times during in the programming without repeating ourselves. Like if we are writing a function once, we can call it n number of times. So help us to organize a structure of code with proper white spaces or indentation. Types of function. We have two types of function. One is built-in function and another one is user-defined function. Built-in function. Built-in function are the function which are already there in programming. So like print, upper, lower, split, etc. User-defined function. We create a custom code or a function by our own. We are only defining a function, giving a name to a function and writing a method and printing our statement. So advantages of the function. Write once and use it many times as you need. This provide code usability. Just I said, write the function and call it n number of times. Divide a large function into many small tasks, so it will help you to debug the code. So if you are writing a function, in function we can write sub-programs. So if we are making any error or a bug, so we can directly go to that particular code and fix our error. You can remove or add a new feature to the function. If we see we are writing so many lines of code and we want to precise it, so we can remove and by logically precise our code. How to define a function? We can define a function using a def keyword followed by function name with parenthesis. This is also called a creating function or writing a function. So how we write a function? Let's see. We can see over here, def is a keyword which is already there in Python, and in function name we have to give our function name and followed by parenthesis and colon. Colon means now our function is going to start. So it is a block of code or indentation for every function. And the statement, what output we want, we write in a statement. So def represent the starting of the function definition, then we write the function name, then parenthesis. Parenthesis is not a variable or an object. The code block with each function start with colon and indentation. So function will be start with the colon. So calling a function run only when we call it. Function cannot run on its own. If we are not calling it, it will not get execute or run. So let's see how we call the function and how we write a function. So we will write a function with a def keyword. So I'm giving a function name welcome. So giving a parenthesis and colon, enter. Now what output I want? I'm writing a statement like welcome to Arna Edu. So now I am executing the function. So you can see I have executed the function. My function is already run, but I did not got any output because I did not call the function. So when we are writing a programming function, we have to call the function. So how we call the function? We have to write our function name. So I'm writing my function name with the name welcome and calling. So you can see I got an output of welcome to Arnaidu. So now we'll define a function with argument. So we'll give argument in parentheses. How we will give an argument? Let's see. I'm defining a function with the name my function. My fun. Now, so what argument I am giving? I am giving a city. So equals to, then I am giving a city name like Hyderabad. So then starting my function with the colon, and what statement I want. I want from which city I'm from. Sorry, first we have to store this argument in one variable. So what we are going to do at that time, or also we can directly, I have already stored that variable in the city, so I can directly print it. So now I am giving I am from plus what I want, my city name. So what output I want. So my output will be, so I'm calling my function, so giving parenthesis. So I'm directly calling my function. Let's see what will come. So I am getting, I am from Hyderabad. If I want some other city name with the same piece of code, so I can write my fun and within parenthesis I am giving Delhi. So let's see, I am from Delhi. If I want to again use the same code, so I am writing my fun and Mumbai. So now you can see I got Mumbai. So you can, I just now I said while giving you the introduction of function, if I am writing a function, I can call it n number of times. So like this, I can call that function n number of times if I am giving. So now see how it works for the numeric or arithmetic function. So now I am defining a function with num_fun. So I am giving argument or a parameter as x and writing as giving a variable as number equals to 2 into x. So what output I want? I want the number output. So I want a print of number. Fine. Let's see what happened when I call the function num fun, and I'm in within parentheses I am giving 3. So I got the 6 output. So what function do? If I am giving the argument as a 3, it will get started from over here calling the function. 3 goes while defining where I have defined the function. So it come here at x. Now where is x? Here. So 2 into 3. 2 3 is a 6. This is how I can do the arithmetical function in my function. So now I have written the 4, now I got 8. Again I am calling a function with another number. So I am writing it as a 5. So you can see an output. Now we know what is function. Now let's see what is call by value and call by reference. In C, Java and some other language, we pass a value to a function either by value or by reference, widely known as pass by value or pass by reference. In Python, neither of these two concepts are applicable. Rather, a value are sent to the function by means of object reference. In Python, value are passed to the function by object reference. So what we mean by pass by object reference? In Python, almost everything is an object, what we commonly refer as variable. So what we mean by variable? So if now I am writing x equals to 10 over here. So x is a variable and I have assigned the 10 number to the x. So this means a variable. And this is also known as an object. So Python consider everything as an object. So more properly like assignment. So I am assigning a 10 value to x is really binding the name to an object. Each binding has a scope that defines its visibility. Usually the block in which the name originates. So I have explained you like x is an object and a variable, and I have stored a number in x in the memory the x will be stored as 10 number. So while I'm giving any other number, so how it modifies, like C. So if I am giving a number as, now I am printing this number, I got 10. Again, if I am giving x equals to 15, then if I am printing that x, so I get 15. You think in this block I have given x equals to 10, that's why I got 10. In this block I have given x equal to 15, that's why I'm getting 15. Not like that. What in Python will do, if I'm assigning one number, that will restore at the same number. If I am assigning the other number to the same variable, the first assigned number will get erased. So let's see an example again, the same example, or same thing I will write in the same cell. So so again I am running this statement. So this is closed. So again I am running this, I got 10. If I am giving the another number over here, so I can see I'm getting 15, not the 10, because the 10 has collected by garbage collector in Python, and it has stored with a new number with the new memory location as 15. So if the object is immutable, not modifiable, then the modify value is not available outside the function. If the object is mutable, modifiable, then modify value is available outside of the function. So here, if something is not modifiable, so it will not available outside of the function. If something is modifiable, then it will be available outside of the function. Let's see what are the modifiable and not modifiable number. So modify means mutable, and not modifiable is immutable. What are the mutable objects? List, dictionary, set, byte, and array are the mutable objects, and immutable are int, float, complex, string, and tuple. As we know, in Python, tuple are immutable. So let's see how this work, the pass by value and pass by reference. So now I'm writing a function def val. So I'm giving a name as val and giving an argument. Just now I have given the same argument over there while defining a function with a numeric function. So I'm assigning a number over here as 10. So now I'm printing this with the ID of x comma. I want to know the memory location too. That's why I'm giving ID over here, and again I am giving the same variable but assigning another number. So what I am assigning? I am assigning 15 over there. So let's see how it works. So I am giving the print number and x comma ID, giving parenthesis. Now we will call the function val, like what I am calling, I want to call my x argument. So let's see what happens. So I done something wrong over here. Let's see what is the mistake. So I got some mistake at here. So what is the mistake? Take exactly one argument as 0. So what I have done? So I did not mention what ID I should give. That's why I got an error. Sorry. Then I'm running the function. So you can see like here, if I am assigning another number, so it is getting erased or collected by the garbage collector. If I am assigning over here, like I have assigned 10 to x and 15 to x, but I am getting both the numbers with a different location, with a different memory location. So now you understand what is the pass by value and object reference. So I am passing a value with an object reference. So where it is getting stored and what it is. So let's see, it is an immutable because we are using an integer number. So let's see what is the mutable ones. So as I told you, the dictionary and list are the mutable one. So let's create with a list. Define a val. I'm writing name over here and giving a proper indentation. So I want a list name as name equals to creating a list like 1, 2, 3. This is my list. Now print a list name, comma, ID. So what reference I need? So I need the name reference. So I have given the name. Now giving the same thing like name to the another list. So equals to and giving 5, 6, 7. So enter. Now I want to print the statement. So what I want to print name, comma, so in Python, if we are assigning any variable with the name, we have to call the same name. If we are writing, it will show as we have not defined, or else we don't have that name. So it is case sensitive. So we have to give a name. So I am giving the name ID and the name variable. Let's call the function now. Now name. So let's see what happened. So I got two lists with a different location. What is new in it? I have done the same thing over there. Let's see what is new in it. So if I want to add any number over here, like name dot append 4. So now if I run this, the 4 has gone added to this list. So you can see that I got 4 added to that number. It is not getting added to the same name and a same variable, but is not getting added. As I said you, like it is only work within the function, not outside of the function. Immutable, not available outside of the function. Mutable value available outside of the function. So outside of the function, we did not find that. And again, now what we are going to do. So now you think like I have written over there, that's why. So if I am going to print the function now, printing this function over here, that statement. So I got the same memory location. So let's see how it works. So if I'm calling the function, first it go over here, like see what is going to print, that it will print. The function will go to the defining function and print what is already stored in it. So I have already stored this one to this. So it will get the same thing and the same memory location to me. Then again, it will print the last statement. So now we see what is pass by value and pass by reference. Now we'll see what is class, object and method. So class. So it is comes under the OOPS concept. Let's see a small definition on OOPS. Object-oriented programming is a programming paradigm that allows abstraction through the concept of interacting entities. This programming works contradictory to the conventional model and is procedural, in which programs are organized as a sequence of commands or statements to perform. We can think an object as an entity that resides in memory. As a state, it's able to perform some action. More formally, objects are entities that represent intents of general abstract concept called class. In Python, attributes are variable defining in Python. So everything is an object, also classes and function. So as I said, everything is an object in Python. So let's see, in object program, like we are doing programming for everything, like everything is object in Python. So let's see what is class, what is function, what is object and method. So as I said, class is an object. So what is class? Class is a code template for creating an object. So I am creating a class and store multiple things in it. For example, if I am if I want to evaluate some cars, so first I am defining a function like as name, brand, model, and everything. Second, I am defining a function as the price and everything. So I can define with the categorical or subprograms, then store into one class. So it is getting stored into one class and everything will be stored as an object, because function is an object, class is an object, and everything is an object in Python. So let's see. Object have member variable and behavior associated with them. In Python, a class is created by the keyword class as object creating using the constructor of the class. So as I said, the object is creating as an constructor of the class. So what is an object? While writing a code, I'll show what is an object and what is class over then how we write it. Python is an object programming language unlike procedure-oriented programming, where the main emphasis in the function object-oriented programming stress on objects. Object is simply a collection of data variable and method of function act as those data. So uh, just now I said like object in Python, everything is an object. So variable, function, class, everything is an object. Let's see how this object works, and let's before that we can go through the method. Method performs specific action on an object and can also take arguments just like a function. This lecture will serve as just a brief introduction to the method and getting you think about overall design of an object and touch back upon each OOPS course. So to more about this, we have to go through all the OOPS concept. Just I am showing you what is method, object, and class. So let's see first what is method. So with creating a class, a simple class, I will show what is method in that. So class. I'm creating a class with my name. So in creating a class also, we do have some rules. What are the rules? The class name should be start with a capital letter. It should not have any special character as we write our variable names. It should have only underscore. If we are writing with some special character, we have to use only underscore. Class as generally start with a capital letter. A valid class name start with followed by the number, or you cannot start a class name with number. It can't be a Python reserved number. So if you are writing a class name, it should not be there in Python as a keyword. Like we have upper, lower, split. These are the keyword of the Python. Your class name should not be with that the same one. So what is method? Method performs an action or task in a similar way of function. The difference is the way of writing. So how we write in a function and how we write a class. Let's see what is the different method of writing a function and a class. So I am writing a class function. How I am going to write? I am giving my class as this is an object. It is an optional. If you want to write or not, it depends on you. It is a base function. What we call it is an base function. So base class, we say object is a base class. While constructing a class, we'll use an object. It is an optional. You can use, or else you could, if you are not using, not a problem. So my class, so I'm defining a function as show and writing. Self is not a keyword, but self is a variable which refers the current location of your statement or an argument, what you are giving or a variable. So enter. So what I have done a mistake over here. I did not give an indentation or colon for indentation. If you are doing this mistake, if you are not giving a proper indentation, you will get an error. So I am a method. So now if I am running this, as we know, function will not come if we are directly printing it. So if I am calling it, what will happen? I will call it with the name of show because my function name is show. So I'm calling it, so I'm getting an error. So what is the difference between a function and the class? So we have to store our class in a variable, then we can call it. So how we will do that? So I'm storing my class in X. Sorry, my class. So done. So now I will get stored X dot show because I have stored my class in this my class. I'm directly going to call it as show. Now you can see the output. So this is a simple way of defining a class where I have shown you object and the method of the class, how I am writing this code. Just a simple difference between function and the class. So what it is, while writing another code, I'll show what are the things we call while writing the class, what is there, how to write a class and function. So now I'm creating another class. So this class is about car. Just now I have given an example of the car. So I'm creating a class, and this time I'm not giving any parenthesis or object. While defining a function, we have to compulsory given parenthesis because we are defining a function. Here we are defining a class or we are creating a class. It is not called as defining a class. It is called as creating a class. We define only function. So I am defining a function. So now I am giving two underscore and init. Init is a keyword that already in Python. So what is init? Init is a method to use the initializing the variable. This is a special method. We do not call it as method explicitly, but it is a special method which is called as a constructor. It is a constructor while defining your class method. So I'm defining it as an init. So now I'm giving my like self and giving a comma, like giving B over here. So I can give brand also if I want. So enter. Now I have to define my variable or else giving assign my variable like brand equals to brand. What output I want. So I have given that. Now I am defining and another function define. So now I should not give any constructor on it. This will be my general method. So this one was the constructor and now whatever I am giving, that is a general method. Show price and writing self comma price. So now I have given an indentation and properly I have written this. Now show price, then the same thing. What I have done with the brand, I will do the same thing with the price also. Equals to, because I want the price output too. Then what statement I want here? So I will write print brand name as a brand, then comma. What should I get and draw a brand output? I should get self dot brand, comma. Then I want price, where the price will come with self dot price. So whatever name you are giving, you have to give the same name. If you are not giving the same name, you will get an error because Python is an case sensitive, as I said earlier. So I am giving a name as Maruti, or let's say Maruti. Maruti is a brand of one car. So Maruti, I'm giving my class name. Then I want a brand name, so that's why I'm giving the same brand name in my colon. Then I am entering that. Then Maruti dot my class name, whatever I have stored in that class name, that show. I want to show my price to price. Then what price I need? Just I am giving 10,000. Let's say 10,000. Then enter. Then what statement I want here. So I want to know the location. For what I need a location? I want my Maruti location where it got stored the ID numbers to and print. So now we'll see the output. I got an error. Why I got an error? So I have done some mistake over here. Self is not defined. So why I'm getting self is not defined? Because we should not define a self over here. Sorry, I'm doing the mistake over here. Self is not defined. We should not define a self. So let's check the code. What mistake we have done? Self is there. We got an brand name, storing the variable, and again we are doing the same thing. Self and self brand as a price. So now repeat it. So here it's saying like self is not defined. We are not defining self in that. So why we are getting a difference? So let's see what is the problem, because sometimes while giving the correct format also it will very important for us. Self is not defined, it's showing. So now showing the same thing. Self is not defined. Self dot brand, self dot brand. Car Maruti. So as you can see here, that I have not given a proper indentation. I have given the print, but that's why we have to give a proper indentation. That's why I got that error. Now I'm getting no error. So let's see another example, or shall we call it some another brand name, like I'm writing Tata equals to car. I'm giving the name of Tata Maruti dot show price as 20,000. Then I want print with an ID where it getting stored. So whatever I am giving the name Tata. So here I have given the Maruti name. It is a mistake. So Tata. So let's enter print, then run. So I got the Tata price name also. One more thing, just now I got error. You may think I have done something. No, I have done it. I have not done any magic. So we'll go with another example to show you a very briefly about class and object. Now I'm creating a class with the name. Right? Creating a class with the name def. So guys, while I'm directly giving underscore, it becoming in black color because I did not giving a proper space. So we have to maintain proper space in it. So now it is in it. Then I have to give the self comma what I want. Why I want name comma surname and the date of birth of a person. So I'm giving 3 arguments over here. Last time I have given only 1 argument, so we will see this example with a multiple argument. So self dot name equals to name. So I want name as my variable. Now self dot surname equals to surname. Whatever I want, I can write over here. So if I am giving proper spaces, you will be understanding very well and it will look good too. So self dot dob equals to dob. So now enter. So I have given I have defined one function and I have defining another function. Now I am defining with the person age. So giving self comma age. So proper indentation. Now self dot age equals to age. Now I have written my 2 definition. What output I want? I want a print output with the person name. So with the proper space, I want the person name. So where I want person name with self dot name comma. Then I want person surname. So what is the person's surname variable stored in? It is stored in surname. Then next, what I want person date of birth. So what I am going to do? I am going to give that person DOB is comma as self dot DOB. Whatever I have given here the variable name. So same thing I want as in a print while I am getting the answer. So now what I am going to do? I have to store the details in a variable. So I am storing it in PD. So it means the personal details. PD as in personal details. So name. My class name is name. Then what print I am getting over here is I am giving the name as Ashok. Okay, the name is Ashok. And so the name in class I have first defined as an Ashok. Then I am defining his surname as Reddy or his last name as Reddy. So surname will be not Reddy, so I am giving just an initial as G. So then I am giving the date of year. So it is not called as date of birth. I can give. So I'm just giving an year if you want. If you want, you can give a date format too. It will get printed. It's not a problem. So PD dot what I'm going to give now. So I have to give the age. Last time, two examples we have done like show details, show price. Now I'm directly not giving any show, just the age. So now in age, I am giving 45. So now 45 will come over here. Then what I want to print? Print, I want the same ID. If I don't want ID, I can remove this statement. It's not a mandatory that you have to compulsory get an ID. So now I want this print. So I got the details. So I did not got the details over here because exactly it's like one argument. What I have to tell my program for what ID I need this. So I got the memory location 2 over here. So this is what. So you can write a function or a class. In a class, you can write many number of functions and you can call them again and again as this. So what I'm going to do, I can copy this. I'm giving over here. I will replace this name with Amrut, giving a surname as M, giving here 60. Uh, just now I said like I will, you may think like I'm not giving a very easy problem like you have. I'm not giving a proper date of birth. Now I'm changing his what we say. What we want to tell this as. I'm giving 65 years. I'm giving the MPD because it is Amrut personal details. So I'm printing it. Oh, I got an token error because I have given 0 over here. Let's see. If I'm not giving 0, then it is getting calculated because it is taking is as now it will do the division. So I have to give the hyphen over here. So it will make an person. So I can give commas over here. So if I'm giving a comma also, it will not take. So I'm giving this as my date of birth. So I got 19, 16, 12 and 1. If I want spaces, I can give spaces also. It's not a problem over here. Here what I have done in started, like I have given a division mark. So if I am giving a division, so it will just take it as a division. It will divide that numbers. So let's see what with the backslash. If I am giving a backslash, as I want the print, is it going to give me a print? So let's see. So there is some problem. So if I want that kind of print, I have to give it is in proper parenthesis. So this is the way, if you are writing something, if you don't want that to get multiplied or that to not get anything, you have to directly print like this. Now we have saw, if we want to write an arithmetic, we have to convert into string. So just converting into string means you have to put a quotation mark in here. So that is it for today. So we have learned about function, how to write a function, what is function, what are the advantages of the function. Started with a simple function. After that, in function, we have already come to know about the pass by reference and value. Then we saw class, object and method. So just now, sorry to forgetting this, that I have not told you what we call all this. This is a class, we are creating a class. So class is a keyword, definition is a keyword. It is an keyword within itself, but we use it as constructor. It is a base class. Self and in parenthesis, we are writing a base class, and this is a general method. So this is a constructor, this is a general method, and self. And this is a variable what we are going to give here as a brand name. So guys, That's it for today. So see you all soon. Have a nice day.